Hey everybody, I'm Laura Ossie. I'm the pastor and mission developer at River of Hope Lutheran Church in Hutchinson, Minnesota. And I'm here to read for you the scripture for this upcoming Sunday, to dive into it a little bit, to read it before Sunday if you're coming to worship, so you've got a little bit of time for it to sort of do its work on you, let it settle into you, and see what story this connects to in your daily life. So we've been in Acts this summer, and we're at Acts 28. It's a big jump from our last reading from Acts 17 last week. After we had reached safety, we then learned that the island was called Malta. The natives showed us unusual kindness. Since it had begun to rain and was cold, they kindled a fire and welcomed all of us around it. Paul had gathered a bundle of brushwood and was putting it on the fire when a viper, driven out by the heat, fastened itself on his hand. When the natives saw the creature hanging from his hand, they said to one another, "This man must be a murderer. Though he has escaped from the sea, justice has not allowed him to live." Paul, however, shook off the creature into the fire and suffered no harm. They were expecting him to swell up or to drop dead, but after they had waited a long time and saw that nothing unusual had happened to him, they changed their minds and began to say that he was a god. Now in the neighborhood of that place were lands belonging to the leading man of the island named Publius, who received us and entertained us hospitably for 3 days. It so happened that the father of Publius lay sick in bed with fever and dysentery. Paul visited him and cured him by praying and putting his hands on him. After this happened, the rest of the people on the island who had diseases also came and were cured. They bestowed many honors on us, and when we were about to sail, they put on board all the provisions we needed. 3 months later, we set sail on a ship that had wintered at the island, an Alexandrian ship with the twin brothers as its figurehead. We put in at Syracuse and stayed there for 3 days. Then we weighed anchor and came to Rhegium. After 1 day there, a south wind sprung up, and on the 2nd day we came to Puteoli. There we found believers and were invited to stay with them for 7 days, and so we came to Rome. The believers from there, when they heard of us, came as far as the Forum of Appius and 3 taverns to meet us. On seeing them, Paul thanked God and took courage. When we came into Rome, Paul was allowed to live by himself with the soldier who was guarding him. Okay, holy cow, a lot's going on in this. I wonder, I think Paul is still under arrest. Obviously, he's still being guarded. So that happened quite a few chapters back. What happened to get them to this island of Malta? Why did Paul let the natives believe that he was a god? And then it seems like everyone that's on this ship is treated well because of Paul, even though he's under arrest. So that's interesting. I'm curious about how far away these other towns were that they came into Rome. So a little geography I'm wondering about. What are your questions? What do you wonder about? I've been reading the chapters before this, and pretty interesting stuff. It's like a movie. So check it out, and look forward to Sunday when we dive into this word together. Okay, see you then. God is with you.